think living labs are really valuable to address sustainable urban transformation, as living labs prescribe that different stakeholders from multiple backgrounds should all be present, and in this way you kind of have transdisciplinarity when addressing these challenges. And sustainable urban transformations are really complex, and by having these multiple perspectives, it's possible to really answer the whole question rather than just a small aspect of it.
We're doing living labs to experiment, validate, test, innovate in real-world settings, bringing together a set of stakeholders that are needed to solve these grand societal challenges that we're facing at the moment.
I think living labs are, of course, a huge challenge, but they do offer potential answers to many of the questions that we're struggling with. In general, when we talk about living labs, it's really crucial to manage expectations among all stakeholders, I think, to have solid partners on the ground and clear outlines of how to work together, and probably the most sensitive issue, how do these living labs evolve?
Living labs are really kind of challenging to implement, and people are kind of quite skeptical about them. But the old ways of doing things clearly aren't working. We're on a series of crises in terms of sustainability, so employing these new forms of methodologies to come up with innovations and solutions really should be embraced.
Sustainable urban transformations mean many different challenges, including the physical and social environment in and around cities, how people can interact and how people's well-being can be shaped by the urban environment, but also how the urban environment is ensuring its food production and other resources. Feature of living labs being composed of different actors with different capacities, skills, and driving forces is a very valuable asset in combining the different skills and capacities needed to contribute to, for example, sustainable food production, logistics, and sustainable social and physical environment for everyone in that urban and peri-urban landscape.
I think campus as a living lab is a fantastic approach, methodology, or even a tool set to get our cities right. Universities, they can have this long-term approach, and they stand for neutrality, for being objective, performing knowledge in their campuses. And I think the aim is to get now this knowledge out in the city, on the streets, and together with citizens, with industry and governments. All of them, they need to collaborate.
This also puts us as academia in a new or changing position. It raises many questions about the independence of research, how engaged we get. Are these projects, are these test beds? I think it's really crucial to make a differentiation there. And in that way, I think events like the Getting Cities Right conference at SLU earlier this month are really crucial to bring all of us together and to discuss and to learn from each other how to do this. And SLU has a long history in living labs, which are, of course, really, really interesting. If managed responsibly, living labs can really contribute to making change visible, to involving everybody. I think it's also very much about co-creation, about stewardship, about growing awareness, and that demands for all of us to start working as a community. And I think living labs in that way are really, really promising formats.
In the decade of action, I think this is a necessity to rethink the way we generate knowledge and how we use knowledge to make a change. And I think Campus as a Living Lab offers all of this.